All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Warakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. To the rest of the church who believe as well, including you women, to the dead in Yahweh Shai also, and the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, none of this would even be possible. I was watching this video with DJ Vlad, and what they were speaking on just kind of stuck out to me, so I figured it'd be a good topic to do a lesson on. Basically going into the topic of multiple wives. And that's a real controversial deal, in this world. Most people look down upon that, they frown upon that. But it is indeed in the scriptures. You can't knock that. Okay? So, I'm going to play a little bit of this video. Like I said, this is DJ Vlad and Lord Jamar.
Rest in peace to all of y'all.
But last, but certainly not least, rest in peace to Francisco Sabola, who was a 73-year-old man from Angola who had 156 children.
Oh, I saw that.
From 47 wives.
Salutations to you, sir. Salutations.
Yes. Francisco
So
Sabola.
you saw that, the picture of the funeral?
Oh, yeah. It was crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes. Francisco Sabola, also known as Big Dad or Pai Grande, as he was called. 156 children from 47 wives, which means that he had on average 3.3 children per wife.
So
this man had 156 children, man. That's why the scriptures tell us to be fruitful and multiply. But Esau, he tries to make it difficult to where having just one child, it's difficult to try to raise, let alone having 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 30. Esau set this up. Esau set it up the way it is right now. Okay? Let's go.
now do you understand why polygamy is outlawed? Because look at that. Look at how much reproduction can come from that.
That's right.
And for us, that's a positive thing. Yeah, Bill Gates will say it's a negative thing, but that's a positive thing. Like we as original people reproduce very fast. You give us one wife, we can reproduce crazy. But if we have those type of situations going on, it's crazy and it's fearful. This is why certain measures have been put in place to control the population.
And what he's saying is accurate. It's correct. That's why Esau has what's known as the Georgia Guidestones. Okay? Now, when you go into the Georgia Guidestones, it goes into how they want to decrease the population. Here's a picture up close. So in this picture, it says maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Now, 500 million, that may sound like a lot of people. But seeing there's roughly, from what Esau says, between 7 and 9 billion people on Earth. If there is around 7 to 9 billion people on Earth and 500 million are to be the remainders, the elect of this new world order, a lot of people have to die. So there's a reason why Esau has outlawed what they call polygamy and trying to legalize everything else that's wicked. Like right now, you got gay marriage, that's legal. But with gay marriage, you cannot increase humanity, so to speak. So everything that Lord Jamar is saying is accurate. But as you listen further into this interview, Vlad tries to sort of demonize a man having multiple wives and a lot of children. And if you'll notice too, Lord Jamar, he'll back it up. He'll be like, nah, man, just listen.
For as long as you can think of. And so that's why polygamy was outlawed, especially for us as black people.
Well, I'm just going to say, another reason why you don't want to have 156 kids in one particular area is that you're going to start having a lot of inbred kids from this particular situation.
No, you're not.
Because you go and tell me all 156 kids know all their siblings?
Yes.
Know exactly?
Yes, they do. That's the whole thing. They do.
Exactly.
Because these are all his wives. First of all, these are not jump offs. He don't have 40-something jump offs. He got 40.
Exactly, man. And that's what Esau tries to promote through our music. If you do have multiple kids, just have one night stands, hit it and quit it, get multiple girls pregnant, leave the kids without their fathers. So in Esau's mind, it's like, well, if you are going to procreate, at least make it to where we can destroy your children. That way, we can keep your people down. Now imagine if we were procreating and our children had their fathers, the family was one unit. We had multiple wives. You know how many Israelites, man, you be seeing walking up and down the street, being cool, being complacent, not having to struggle because their family unit is so strong. But Esau wants it to where our family unit is broken up. We don't procreate. They trying to keep the population down. And that's another reason why they're trying to bring in this New World Order. They understand confusion of face, I believe. So through the spirit, I believe, since Esau doesn't know who all Israel is, he's just trying to lock down the society completely during this New World Order and then start chipping, people and killing off the majority. Let alone trying to allow a man to have multiple wives. But ultimately, the fact that a man can get pretty much get demonized for dealing with multiple women, that also is just part of the curses, being that this is not our rest. In fact, since I said that, I'm going to go to the book of Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Man, imagine if we had 20, 30, 40, 100, 200 wives right now. We'd be complacent. We'd be content. Okay? But right now, we don't have that. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has put us under these curses. And to also keep us focused on doing this work, especially being in this truth. All right? But one way the Lord hit us, he took our glory from us. He took our women from us. Okay, now they're all messed up and bugged out. And when a man tries to get another wife, or when he does, he has to sneak around, he has to tiptoe. Because getting caught, he can lose one or both. Or telling one about the other, you're just opening doors for her to say, well, if you can do it, I can do it too. So this society's pure wickedness. This is not our rest, man. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. All right?
27 wives. This is all his family. Trust me, they all know each other. And bro, we're not just going to assume some incest is going on. Like,
right.
Oh, I accidentally fucked my sister because we had so many of us and we didn't know. Nah, y'all know. Y'all been all together since y'all was children. Y'all all been playing with each other. All of that type of shit. Like you're thinking of it in a Western type of way where they all live in...
Exactly. See, people demonize a man having multiple wives because they're looking at it with the Western mindset, a mind state. The scriptures, this is Eastern culture, okay? Our roots are from the East. We're in the West right now. So it's only right that it gets demonized. Just like, you had the Tupac and Biggie thing. You had the East West Coast thing, which typically Pac was born in the East Coast, I believe. But anyway, you had the East West Coast thing. No, the real East West Coast war is Babylon trying to fight against the ways of our forefathers. Jerusalem, man. The West versus the East. The Western Hemisphere, which is where we are right now, is trying to demonize you because you're saying you're an Israelite. Trying to keep you away from the truth. All right? But the woman's our glory. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 7. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of God, but the woman is the glory of the man. So we don't have our glory right now. We've basically been cast down from our glory temporarily. But your Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is starting to give us that glory back. This is the book of Psalms 89 and 35. Once have I sworn by my holiness that I will not lie unto David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. It shall be established forever as the moon and as the faithful witness in heaven. Selah. But check this out. But thou hast cast off and abhorred, thou hast been wroth with thine anointed. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has been wroth with even the house of David. Even we've been going through afflictions and catching hell. It wasn't just 2/3 that went into slavery. It wasn't just 2/3 that were, being ripped away from their families. It's not just 2/3 suffering the curses. All of us are suffering the curses. His seed shall endure forever. His throne as the sun before me. It shall be established forever as the moon, as the faithful witness in heaven. But thou hast cast off and abhorred. Thou hast been wroth with thine anointed. Thou hast made void the covenant of thy servant. Thou hast profaned his crown by casting it to the ground. So we fell from our power. Women being a part of our glory has been stripped from us. Now, you'd be lucky if you have at least one woman. There's brothers who can't even get one. But at the same time, consider that a blessing because it gives you time to really just get stronger in the faith. And you don't have nothing to worry about. When you got a woman, worry and other things come with that. Things that don't even matter come in your mind. You know what I mean? Really, whether you have a woman or you don't, you're going to catch hell. Let's just put it that way. Thou hast broken down all his hedges. Thou hast brought his strongholds to ruin. All that pass by the way spoil him. He is a reproach to his neighbors. Thou hast set up the right hand of his adversaries. Thou hast made all his enemies to rejoice. Thou hast also turned the edge of his sword, and has not made him to stand in the battle. Thou hast made his glory to cease, and cast his throne down to the ground. Okay? And really that can apply to all the nation of Israel right now. But really the elect of the nation of Israel, the house of David. Even our glory has been stripped. That's why it says in 44, thou hast made his glory to cease and cast his throne down to the ground. We are indeed the fallen angels. And I just read in 1 Corinthians 11 and 7 that the woman is our glory. That's why it says here, he caused our glory to cease. That's why you don't see men saying, yeah, I got 20 wives, brother. Yeah, I got 45 wives. I got 100-something kids. You're not hearing that right now. Okay? And Esau's the damn devil because even with Jake being in this society, Jake is still populating. But yet we're still, as Negroes, 13%. How are we 13%? And you got certain Judites out there with 4, 5, 6 different baby mamas, man. And Esau out here either waiting to have kids to where it's too late, or he might have 1 or 2. But Jake out here having multiple children and still 13%. Esau's the devil, man. Okay? But we're going to receive that glory back. That's why we're telling our people the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's close. Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The book of Psalms, chapter 145:11. They shall speak of the glory of the kingdom. And part of that glory is our women. Because I just read in 1 Corinthians 11:7 that the woman is the glory of the man. Okay? So we don't have our glory right now, so to speak. But we're going to have a whole lot of glory in the kingdom. And a part of that glory is to have multiple wives, to have a family unit. Okay? It's not going to be like what people try to demonize it as, where a man just goes around, you know, having different baby mamas, you know, disappearing. The women, they ain't cooking, they ain't cleaning. Everything's just all twisted and jankety, man. You got to sneak around, you know, women thinking they can be equal to you. But that's because our glory's been stripped from us. But we're getting it back, though. And the women who are, you know, pretty much under that heavy spirit of just jealous over another woman, they're going to have to repent or they're going to die. And as sad as that may be, that's just the truth. But right now, we're focused on the kingdom. We're not in the kingdom yet, but we're speaking of the glory to come. We're going to have multiple wives. If a man wants to have 1,000, 10,000, 50,000, 150,000, however many wives he wants, that's how many wives he's going to have. And you women, you're not going to be able to criticize or say anything about it. You're just going to shut up and be happy. That's the truth. All right. And part of the reason why, this is the book of Psalms 110:3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. And in the kingdom, we're going to be in power. So all of our wives, they're going to be under submission, man. They're going to recognize that if I want another woman, you're going to go get her if that's what I want you to do. And you're not going to have anything negative to say, because I'm going to be taking care of you. I'm going to love you. We're going to have beautiful children. We're going to serve Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shine perfection, never go off again. All right, you're going to have everything your heart desires. Okay? But right now, we don't have that power. And even back when King David was in power, he wasn't in the kingdom. That's why one of his wives got jealous. Matter of fact, we'll get that in a second. Thy people, being Israelites, because right now they ain't with it. You tell a woman, you know, you into having multiple women. She going to look at you like, well, you ain't my type. Or, well, if that's how you want to be, that's cool. I can sleep around too. Whatever the case may be. They going to get right when Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying, pull up with that pull-up bar, man. When he pulls up with judgment. All right? And hit people with that rod of correction, man. Through various judgments. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power and the beauties of holiness. From the womb of the morning thou hast the dew of thy youth. Does the Israelite man have power right now? Of course not. And that's why a lot of people make it a big deal when an Israelite man who's of normal substance, you know, wants to have more than one woman. But yet a celebrity, they'll be known of sleeping with different women. Women will know it because they have a little bit of power, so to speak. But even then, they don't have the same ability as we're going to have, man. When we're in the kingdom, matter of fact, when all hell breaks loose even, these women are not going to have anything to say about you having multiple wives. And let's say they do. And if these women do have anything to say, they're just going to get kicked to the curb. They're going to be left to the wolves, man. And then they're going to regret that their stupid ass pride, their mouth, got them put in a position where now they got to die. Instead of just being under a man and being protected, now they're going to have to die because they couldn't do something as simple as shutting the hell up. Okay? This is 2 Samuel chapter 6 and 16. And as the ark of the Lord came into the city of David, Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart. So here it is. King David was in his power. Okay? But yet you have a woman who wasn't willing. Why? Because even then, we weren't in the kingdom of heaven. In the kingdom of heaven, the people are going to be willing in that day. Period, point blank. Even David in his power had to deal with BS, man. His own son wanted to kill him, man. 2 Samuel 6:20. Then David returned to bless his household. And Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, "How glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids of his servants, as one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovereth himself." So it's like, first of all, woman, who are you to even speak to your man like that? Let alone speaking to a man like that, but to speak to your husband in such a manner is just flat out disrespectful. Here it is, he's enjoying himself, and then here comes this damn wench coming to kill the mood, man. Or trying to come and kill the mood. All right? And David said unto Michal, "It was before the Lord which chose me before thy father and before all his house to appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord, over Israel. Therefore will I play before the Lord." All right, so Jacob told her, like, I don't give a damn what you saying. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you not going to tell me what I can and can't do. Okay, this is for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I'm going to do what I'm doing. Okay? "And I will yet be more vile than thus." Matter of fact, you thought this offended you? You thought me dancing in front of these women offended you? Okay? Right? "And yet will I be more vile than thus, and will be base in mine own sight. And of thy main servants which thou hast spoken of them shall I be had in honor." Therefore Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no child unto the day of her death. So David didn't even pop her based off of what she said. So he had the power to do that much. But the fact that his wife, even in his power, got jealous over him, well, imagine in the kingdom, we going to be in complete power. There ain't going to be no jealous women, man. That's not going to happen. That is annoying, man. Don't no man want to go through that. This is the book of Sirach, also known as the book of Ecclesiasticus. Chapter 26 and verse 6. "But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion." And that's how these women act. Let a woman find out about another woman. They start acting like demons, man. They start getting all bitter and messed up. Everything's a competition. Okay? But a man, he has the ability to just cut a woman loose. And you women, you got to understand too. Your man is actually your master. All right? He is your master. Exodus 21:8. "If she please not her master," speaking of her husband, so a man is master over his wife. So you women cannot tell your husband, well, you can, but you're going to be put to death unless you repent. You cannot tell your husband, oh, you can't have another woman, and if you do, you're going to lose me. You can't give no ultimatums. You don't have no authority. You've been deceived under feminism. "If she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed to sell her unto a strange nation. He shall have no power, seeing he hath dealt deceitfully with her." The point being in this verse, another way of looking at your husband, he is your master. So who is a woman to tell her master he can't have multiple wives? Okay? When it's actually in the scriptures that a man can have multiple wives. Okay? So right now, men have to tiptoe and creep because of these jealous women, and we're not in our power. Our glory's been took from us. But we're going to get that. The multiple wives, all that stuff, it's all going to be in righteousness, man. It's going to be a beautiful unified thing, and you women are going to get with it. And you men out there, just stay in this thing. Hold on. Everything that you ever want comes with this truth. Just wait. Kahala Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Shalom.